Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Unlimited. In today's lesson, we will practice English by listening to a long and clear summary of a romance novel. The book is Wild Card by Elsie Silver. I will tell you the story in simple English at B1 level. While you listen, you will learn new words, understand how to use them, and follow an emotional story about love, family, and second chances. Remember, this video is for education. It is a summary of the book, not the full text. Get ready to listen, relax, and learn English with me. The story of Wild Card by Elsie Silver begins in a small Canadian town called Chestnut Springs. This town is important because it is the home of the Eaton family. The Eatons are known for horses, rodeos, and ranch life. The place is quiet but full of emotions, traditions, and family history. Our main character is Rhett Eaton. Rhett is a professional bull rider. A bull rider is a man who competes in rodeos, riding strong bulls for as long as possible. This job is dangerous and full of risk. Rhett is famous, brave, and a little wild. He loves freedom, the rodeo life, and the excitement of traveling. But his life is not simple. Behind his strong image, Rhett carries secrets and pain. The other main character is Summer Davis. Summer is a young woman who has always been close to the Eaton family. She grew up in Chestnut Springs, so she knows the people and the town. Summer is kind, patient, and caring. But she also has problems in her family. Her parents are difficult, and her home is not always happy. She feels lonely sometimes, but she has always found comfort with the Eatons, especially with Rhett. When Rhett and Summer were teenagers, they shared a strong connection. They were very close, like best friends. With time, they started to feel something more, something romantic. For Summer, Rhett was her safe place. For Rhett, Summer was the person who understood him better than anyone else. But life was complicated. Rhett had big dreams of becoming a rodeo star. He wanted to leave the small town and find success. Summer wanted stability and love, but she was young and not ready to follow him everywhere. When Rhett left Chestnut Springs to chase his career, he broke Summer's heart. Vocabulary: comfort, a feeling of safety or relief. Connection, a strong relationship between two people. To chase your dreams, to follow your goals with energy. Years later, Rhett returns to Chestnut Springs. He comes back because of problems in his life and because of family responsibilities. The rodeo career has been hard on him. He has injuries, exhaustion, extreme tiredness, and personal struggles. He also carries guilt for the way he left Summer years before. When he sees Summer again, the old feelings return. The attraction between them is still strong. But there is also anger and resentment, a feeling of anger when you think something is unfair. Summer remembers the pain he caused. She does not trust him easily. At the same time, Rhett feels like an outsider in his own family. His brothers are disappointed with his choices. His father is strict and sometimes cold. Rhett wants to prove himself, but he does not know how. Summer is no longer a teenager. She is a woman with her own responsibilities. She has learned to be independent, even if her family life is not easy. She works hard and tries to build a good life for herself. When Rhett returns, Summer is surprised. Part of her still loves him, but another part is afraid. She does not want to be hurt again. She tells herself that she should keep her distance, but emotions are difficult to control. Vocabulary: independent, able to live and decide without others. Distance, space, or in relationships, keeping away. Circumstances bring Rhett and Summer together again. They're often in the same places, family gatherings, town events, and situations where they cannot avoid each other. This is called forced proximity, being close to someone even when you don't plan it. Slowly, they begin to talk again. Their conversations are sometimes angry, sometimes sweet. They fight, but they also laugh. They remember the old days. The chemistry between them is clear. Everyone around them notices it. But trust is still a problem. Summer needs to know that Rhett has changed. Rhett needs to prove that he is not just a reckless cowboy, but someone who can stay and commit, to promise and give energy to a person or goal. The Eaton family plays a big role in the story. Rhett's brothers and father have strong opinions. Some believe Rhett is irresponsible. Others want him to come back to the ranch life and leave the dangerous rodeo career. There are also tensions with Summer's family. Her parents do not always support her, and she often feels like she does not belong. This makes her connection with Rhett even more important, because he is the one who makes her feel seen and valued. The family conflicts show how both Rhett and Summer carry heavy burdens, something difficult that you must carry or deal with. Their love story is not only about passion, but also about finding a place where they both belong. The turning point in the story comes when Rhett faces a serious accident. Rodeo life is dangerous, and one mistake can change everything. After an accident, Rhett realizes that his career cannot last forever. He begins to see what truly matters. He understands that fame and traveling mean nothing if he loses the people he loves. Summer, on the other hand, sees Rhett in his most vulnerable state, vulnerable, open to harm, weak, or unprotected. She understands that behind his strong image, he is human, with fears and pain. This moment makes her soften, and she allows herself to hope again. After many conflicts, conversations, and emotional battles, Rhett and Summer finally admit that they still love each other. They talk honestly about the past, about their mistakes, and about their fears. Rhett promises to stay, to fight for their relationship, and to be reliable, someone you can trust to do what they say. Summer decides to take the risk of trusting him again. The story ends with reconciliation, becoming friends or lovers again after conflict. Rhett chooses love, stability, and family over the endless rodeo life. Summer chooses to believe in their future together. The book Wild Card is not only a romance, but also a story about second chances. It shows that people can change, that past mistakes can be repaired, and that love can survive time and distance. It also speaks about family, belonging, and identity. Rhett must learn who he is outside of rodeo fame. Summer must learn to trust herself and her choices. Together, they find balance. Vocabulary recap. Resentment, anger because something felt unfair. Exhaustion, extreme tiredness. Commit, to promise and stay loyal. Burden, something heavy or difficult to carry. Vulnerable, weak or open to harm. Reliable, someone you can trust. Reconciliation, becoming close again after a fight. Wild Card by Elsie Silver is a romance about Rhett and Summer, two people with a long and painful history who find their way back to each other. The story has drama, family conflict, heartbreak, and passion, but it finishes with hope and love. For English learners, it is also a good story to practice vocabulary about emotions, family, and relationships. It is written with strong characters and clear conflicts, making it a perfect book to learn English through storytelling. Thank you for listening to this summary of Wild Card by Elsie Silver. We discovered the story of Rhett and Summer, two people with a complicated past who find love again. We also practiced English vocabulary about emotions, family, and relationships. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to English Unlimited, and share it with friends who also want to learn English through stories. Tell me in the comments, which character from this book did you find most interesting? See you in the next video, where we will learn English with another story. Bye for now.